Hello, good afternoon to you, our dear viewers. Welcome to Afia Health and Lifestyle Interview Series. And this segment is a debunking the rumors segment. It's usually one of my favorite segment of the show because I get to interact with usually doctors in training, and we debunk very popular and common myths around us. That is things people talk about that is not true. Not true. Why is it not true? What are the reasons behind it? What happened that led you to believe such a thing? That is what we discuss here on Debunking the Rumor. And yes, you are welcome. So, who do we have here with us today? We have somebody that has been on the show before, a doctor in training, final year medical student in the College of Medicine, University of Lagos, Mr. Chibike Bello Lise. I will be bringing him up shortly. But before I do that, what is the myth we'll be discussing today? No, I have not forgotten. Yes, what is the relationship between a loose thread from a baby's clothes and hiccup? Oh, yes, you've heard it before, I'm sure. I am sure you've heard it before. And that is what we want to talk about today because, frankly speaking, in as much as a lot of us have heard it before, I can't think of any relationship between hiccup and a thread from a clothes. So, Mr. Chibike Belolise is going to do justice to this myth and see if we can dissect and see the reasons behind it and what exactly is supposed to be done when a baby is having hiccups. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Chibike Belolise to the show. Good afternoon to you, Mr.
Hey, what's up?
Chibike.
Good afternoon. Afternoon, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, you're getting used to it. You've said your greetings to, to the people. All right. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah,
Yes, loose thread from a baby's clothes and hiccups. What's the relationship? I'm pretty sure, even though you're in medical school, you grew up like every one of us, and you must have
yeah.
heard this one time or the other. Can you
I
give us
have
a
actually.
background into?
I have actually. And if my mom should watch this interview, both of us might actually fight because we might actually argue for on this topic. Because
Okay.
as the firstborn, I was the only child for about 6 years. Just brief background story. I was the only child for about 6 years when my sister was born. So it was really weird. I had to carry my sister and all of that. Then one day she had a hiccup, and I noticed my mom tore some thread out of her overall then and put it on her head. I was confused because then I was like 7, 8. I asked her what was going on. She said like to stop the hiccup. I couldn't thread and hiccup. At one point when I had my own hiccup, I tried putting thread on my own head to see if to see if the hiccup would go, and
It's going to stop. Yes.
it didn't stop. It didn't stop then. But I don't know. It's one of those things where an idea has been passed down from generations. A lot of African mothers have probably done it, and they've seen that it maybe had some effect, and it just became common practice. Amongst a lot of people, and yeah, it's a
I,
myth that actually needs to be debunked. But I guess that's why I'm here, Sha.
All right, thank you very much for sharing that. Don't worry, you're not the only one that would have problem with your mom. It's a typical Nigerian mom thing, so it's fine. We share in that body. All right, so it is not true. Why is that? What exactly is the cause of hiccups, and how can it be worked on if loose thread cannot solve it?
Yeah. Well, hiccups in general, it's multifactorial. Yeah, there are a lot of things that could cause
Okay.
hiccup, and from eating, most time when you rush your food or eat too fast, or maybe due to excitement, like unusual excitement or emotional stress. Um, Basically, hiccups are involuntary contractions, of the diaphragm. The diaphragm is this one muscle that separates your chest from your abdomen. So when it allows, it controls when food is going down, and all of that. But if there's an involuntary contraction, in your diaphragm, it could cause hiccups. So that being said, in most times when babies are feeding, in the course to allow them, maybe they are feeding too fast, or sometimes babies cry most times when you're trying to force feed them and all of that, and maybe they're not eating and trying to force feed them and they start crying. So that emotional stress, or sometimes excitement, or the rush, for babies that still breastfeed, or they start, or the rushing the milk, it can cause
Okay.
hiccups, most times. And to take care of hiccups, I don't see putting threads as a form of
Treatment.
help. Most times the baby just needs to relax, or to when I mean relax, I mean uh, uh, to, if the baby's too excited or is crying and all of that, you can make the baby stop crying, try and calm the baby down and all of that. Also, I've seen water, trying to give the baby water to drink, kind of helps. It kind of helps with, because that way, as the water is going down in a controlled manner, you're controlling the way you're giving the baby the water, so it can, whatever the involuntary reflex that's happening in the diaphragm, it can stabilize over time. But the idea of putting threads on the baby's head doesn't quite work. In adults,
So,
adults can also have hiccups. So not only babies.
yes.
Most times, it can be
Mhm.
disease conditions that can cause hiccups. If you've noticed, people that are alcoholics also have hiccups. That one is a condition on its own, and it can be stopped by stop taking alcohol a lot. But for babies, you need to calm the baby down, you know if possible, pat the back or rub the back, give water to drink, and the hiccups will go. They are not It's not such a
A big
deadly,
deal.
yeah, not a big deal. It's not something that can kill the baby, or not something that can harm the baby. You just need to calm the baby down, give him some water to drink, and everything will be fine.
So generally, you're saying all it takes is to just rest the baby.
Yes.
All right, all right. Wow. So rather than rest, you might as well just put a thread.
I think the reason why is
All
that
right.
over time, when they put the thread on the head, it has this placebo effect. Obviously, over time, baby would have been rested. So it now seems like it was the thread that
That did the
stops the heat, that
did
did
the
the magic.
work.
Meanwhile, it just gave time
Mm.
for the baby to relax, and for everything to come back to normal. So yeah, I get.
You most likely get the same result if you put a drop of water on the
If you put
baby's
a
head
drop of water, or if
and
you put
rest
the
and
headset, or
rest.
if you put the headset over the baby's head or something.
Thank you, thank you very much, Mr. Chibike Belelise. This
Yeah,
has been
you're
really,
welcome.
really entertaining and insightful. It's nice to have you here, and I'm sure our viewers have heard you. So they will know rather than put thread, they should just rest the baby, give the baby water, and ensure that the baby is calm.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us on the Debunking the Rumor segment today. We look forward to having you on
Sure, I
other.
look forward to coming back. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
So, our dear viewers, you've heard it. Thread is not doing anything. All you have to do is rest the baby. Just like adults, when they have hiccup, you just relax and rest and stop doing the exciting thing you are doing that led to it. Hiccup is caused by so many things. It is not deadly, so just relax. And yes, the thread is not doing anything. Thank you for joining us once again on Afia Health and Lifestyle interview series, Debunking the Rumor segment. We look forward to having you on the show some other time. Remember, like, subscribe, view, and share our videos so that a lot of more people can see and learn what they need to know about their health. Thank you very much.